All the violent extremism that for so long, all these figures on the right, that basically we have been talking about ad nauseum. Like that's been the centerpiece of so much of what we do. Both like me as the serfs and all you as lefties, and just everyone out there in the progressive movement, warning everyone that this was going to happen. You know, this like over and over and over. Like, at a certain point, there was going to be a boiling point. This is obviously wild live breaking news. If you're just tuning in, yes, apparently there are shots fired. As of now, apparently the National Guard is being brought in as well. It is utter and complete chaos. So I'm going to obviously be flipping through as many live news sources as I can. I will try and give you some commentary on the fly as it comes along. But this is breaking. Like everything here is happening. A lot of it is unprecedented. I didn't think quite frankly, coup attempts by Donald Trump were going to come in this form, because right now this coup attempt seems to be emboldened by a handful of very hardcore supporters, rather than, say, traditional coups, which utilize the military and stuff of that nature. So this is Trump and Trump crowd effectively shutting down what was going down in the Capitol Hill. So yeah, I'm going to be going back and forth. I'm reached out to Dylan as well as Touring News, seeing if they want to call into the show at any point. Otherwise, you know, I hope they stay safe, obviously, because they're going right into the front lines of this. But yes, this is quite frankly history in the making.
It's going to be
a video from the chamber.
A very
holy shit, man, this is harrowing. People have so much, like, also just, this is the age we live in where we have access to this shit. Like 2 seconds, this is happening live right now. Someone is filming it, sent it off, put it on a tweet, and then boom, you linked me and now I'm watching it live. This is wild. Thank you, AM Teach. And Hotshot AM, thank you for subscribing. Like, right now, from the comfort of his house, from the comfort of the White House, Trump is not only stoking the flames of this, but like literally pouring gasoline all over it. I could see them. I mean, if I was Jack Dorsey, I'm not gonna like mince words. I would cut his account. I would stop him, because he's been tweeting nonstop. The states want to redo their votes. This just happened to find 50,000 ballots. What was the other one? These scoundrels are toying with the Senator Perdue. They didn't want to announce it. Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution. This is the one I love, by the way. Throw Mike Pence under the bus. Like, please, just shove him right out there. Yes, I knew this was coming. But anyways, Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not fraudulent or inaccurate ones they were asked to previously certify. USA demands the truth. Like, you are throwing kerosene on this entire situation right now. Think of, this is 39 minutes ago, 178,000, 85,000 tweets. Like, cut the account, stop him from doing this. This is encouraging, as you can see right now live before you, people to commit acts of violence directly against the government of the United States. So, you know, that might be one strategy going forward. Breaking, Patriots are inside Nancy Pelosi's office. Wow. Patriots are inside Nancy Pelosi's office. Emails open on screen. Blaze TV reported Elijah Schreifer has tweeted a photo from inside Nancy Pelosi's office where the emails were left open on the computer screen as staff rushed to flee. Shit. Elijah Schreifer. I am inside Nancy Pelosi's office with the thousands of revolutionaries who have stormed the building. To put it into perspective how quickly staff evacuated, emails are still on the screen alongside a federal alert warning for members of the current revolution. Like, all this time, we were Antifa, the left, were constantly getting all these accusations of being violent insurgents and stuff like that. Like, you were tweeting this out. Is this not evidence to your own crimes? Like, are you serious? Can you can you do this? Have you not just tweeted out, oh, by the way, this is me doing trespassing, me looking at confidential documents, me calling insurgents revolutionaries? Isn't that like, isn't all of that, aren't you creating your own evidence, your own case right now, right here in this tweet? I still can't get over this one. The fact that they're in the Senate floor right now, like ripping it up. Like, what are you doing? You're just sitting down casually, just chilling. Just waiting for my constituents to get here. Where's the rest of my constituents?
Fucking pussy!
Over 100,000. And god damn it, can we like point out the fact that all these, like, the Blaze, the Daily Caller, everyone, Elijah Schaffer, everybody who's like, hey, us and the rest of these proud revolutionaries, y'all are traitors now. Like, you realize that y'all are traitors to America. That's what you're doing. Like, you are fighting a democratically elected decision, storming Capitol Hill, demanding results go your way. You are traitors. Like, now the Confederate flags are apropos. We no longer have to be like, well, you shouldn't really be doing that. You know, it's a really shameful part of history because that's the flag of traitors. Again, but holy shit. Holy shit.
That's shot first.
Shot first, yeah. Wait, they shot a woman?
Speechless at what is being allowed to happen.
Whose house?
Stop doxing me. My name is Daniel Goodwin.
Oh, ow. Sorry. Hey, what's your message to the people?
Oath breakers. This guy specifically, get his badge.
Oath breakers.
Like, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning to me. They're being escorted out. They're being politely asked to leave. One by one. It's like, hey, by the way, out, all of you, get out. They're smashing the windows and crawling in, my dudes. Like, I don't know. Might be time for something other than peaceful coercion, just to be like, yes, please exit kindly. All you folks, all you focal. I just spoke with my father. He's okay in the midst of this insanity and ugliness. Nice. We can confirm future Chairman Sanders is safe. That's excellent. Good to know. We must protect the chairman at all costs. New was found at the RNC being detonated. An explosive device was found at the RNC and detonated safely. Detonated safely.
The chat is shut down. But what's up, everybody?
Hold on. Pence and lawmakers evacuated as protesters stormed Capitol, halting count of electoral votes. The Capitol building was placed on lockdown with senators and members of the House locked inside the chambers. Congress began debating. Pence lawmakers evacuated as protesters stormed Capitol, halting Congress's counting of votes. Protesters loyal to President Trump stormed the Capitol around 2:15 at the House and the Senate, debated a move by the faction of the president. But where's the detonate? No. Explosive. It's 4 for that. Explosive spectacle. An explosive device, all right. An explosive device is found at the RNC and the DNC is evacuated. An explosive device was found at the headquarters of the Republican National Committee in Washington, and the nearby headquarters of the Democratic National Committee was evacuated after the discovery of a suspicious package on Wednesday, according to 3 people briefed on the discoveries. The device was found at the RNC. It was a pipe bomb and that was successfully destroyed by a bomb squad, according to an official for the RNC. The package at the DNC is said to be identified, according to the top Democrat briefed on the matter, who is not authorized to speak publicly about it. By the way, as I'm sure you all know right now, the RNC are also supposedly enemies of these people. I mean, look no further than Parler, where they're just saying that the RNC have to hang for not staying loyal to Trump. Trump drove a wedge in the Republican Party, unlike the likes of... I never thought I'd see this kind of loyalty, brand loyalty, really. That's it. It's in essence brand loyalty to President Trump. It always has been. The same way he puts his name on the giant buildings and stuff, he's put his name into politics, and people are willing to blow other human beings up to support him. Like fucking ISIS shit. The RNC and the DNC are the headquarters just a few blocks away from the U.S. Capitol, which Mr. Trump supporters stormed on Wednesday afternoon soon as Congress gathered to certify President-elect Joseph Biden's victory. Shortly after the president addressed the crowd near the White House, a mob breached the Capitol. Vice President Mike Pence was on the rush to the Senate chamber, and the building was placed on lockdown. Shortly after Mr. Trump tweeted that Mr. Pence didn't have the courage to do what needed to be done because he did not reject the electors. National Guard for Washington and Virginia activated Wednesday afternoon to respond to the unrest. I can't believe he threw, like, I knew he was going to, but I didn't know he was going to throw Pence under the bus, like, publicly like that right away, like, just out of the gates. Holy shit.
Like so many other Americans, I am genuinely shocked and saddened that our nation, so long the beacon of light and hope for democracy, has come to such a dark moment.
You know what you do in other countries, right?
Through war and
you do this. The thing you're witnessing right now,
much.
that's what you do in other countries, especially South
we
America.
Will endure
you love
here,
doing
and
that
we
in South
will prevail
America.
again, and we'll prevail now. So, President Trump, step up. May God bless America.
That's your parting
God
line,
protect our
President
troops.
Trump. Step up. He did.
And all those folks
That's the
that
problem. He stepped up, and then told them to stand by.
Thank you, and I'm sorry to keep everybody.
That's kind of the whole issue here. Really? That's okay. Well, thank you, Mr. President. I, for one, am calm. I was worried before, but hey. Oh, are you lost? Oh no.
I am not concerned about my safety, security, or the inauguration. I am not concerned. The American people are going to stand up, and stand up now. Enough is enough is enough.
Well, that was weird.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you
SWAT
have
team
to
in the
go
Capitol.
home now.
Nice. Okay.
We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home.
What people?
We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others.
This is all on you. If one human being could be single-handedly responsible for what happened today, it's this one. He's standing before you. Here he is. I mean, yeah, Joe Biden's speech was just annoying in how milquetoast it was. What the fuck are you saying? You're the one who asked for this. You're like, oh, proud patriots, go forth and do my bidding. Like, Jesus Christ.
Are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
We go. And they're here.
In that Biden address.
Donald Trump has released a video on Twitter. We are turning that around and we'll broadcast that to our audience shortly. Rhonda Colvin, in the
You're so
meantime,
far behind the times.
James
This reporting is so far ahead right now of everything. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to keep saying that. All right, let's see what the... oh, shit. FBI SWAT team.
Keep going.
And it continues this thread of misinformation. And as you said perfectly...
Oh, fuck me. Thanks for sending this in. So they didn't breach or storm the Capitol building. They were let in, apparently.
And they just breached the Capitol again. Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go. And they just breached the Capitol again. Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go. And they just breached the Capitol again.
Wow. Unreal. Unreal. I mean, there it is. Just in real time, you can see it. Like, seeing is believing, friends. It would seem that the cops had a vested interest in making this happen.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
Has nothing to do about like, hey, by the way, please disperse. If you do not disperse, we are now going to unfortunately take violent action. Perhaps we will tear gas, throw some rubber bullets. No. Just open the gates and come on in, boys. Come on in. Holy fuck. Wow. I mean, at the very least, I sincerely hope they got their badge numbers.
And they just breached the Capitol again.
1 minute video.
This claim of election fraud is disputed, and this tweet can't be replied to, retweeted, or liked due to risk of violence. Yeah,
I mean, Matt,
like lock his account.
That's a very
If you're too
generous way of
scared
putting
to
it.
like delete his
He
account because of the backlash,
these
wow,
people who have stormed
that's actually,
the United
I
States
never even thought
Capitol
about
that he
this.
loves them. So
But after the horrific events that took place in France, like at Charlie Hebdo, for example, when people were murdered for showing pictures of the Prophet Muhammad, and they became genuinely paralyzed by fear because they were like, well, they're going to use terrorist tactics in order to harm us in the vested interest of our staff. Perhaps we're not going to go forward and continue to publish images of Muhammad, stuff of that nature. So now we have Twitter, where I could see that conversation taking place right now by CEOs, where they're genuinely like, if we delete President Trump's account and or if we try and silence him completely, we could have risk of violence to the staff now because they might simply come up here and try to attack us. Like we've come full circle. Oh, this is kid gloves. Absolutely, it's kid gloves. Look at that. Like, I've seen footage where there's maybe 3 or 4 Black Lives Matter protesters, and they're getting gassed and shot at by rubber bullets.
All right. More flash bombs going on here.
Are they getting in?
If you're watching us,
okay, so there's definitely a wall right here of police officers.
We appreciate your support. I just gotten a bunch of messages just now
we seen that.
Asking about our safety, and I just want to say that we're okay. We're fine with the occasional tear gas that's being shot out. We're fine. So I appreciate people being concerned about our health and safety, but we are fine at this point.
So they've shot the cops.
Oh yeah, Beals. I could not agree more.
So the chuds are firing on people right in front of these guys, and they're not doing anything. I'm gonna show you the guys. This is insane, dude.
Like the chuds are the ones firing on the cops. The chuds are the one releasing the gas, and still nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look at this one. Look at the one at the top. Look, they're letting this happen. There is going to be so much footage of today. This is absolutely horrifying, you know, to every single person who's like the Constitution, we have to amend the Constitution. No, I'm a traditionalist. Yes, I only believe in the sanctity of the Constitution. Well, holy fuck. First Amendment, literally being trampled on. Literally being trampled on right now, in real time. Like, yeah, that's not peaceful protesting. Wow. See, that's fucked because originally someone was tweeting out a story about this, that they had actually just left their equipment behind, and then this was them trying to, they attacked them. They had to flee. That was them fleeing away from that. Marley is an interesting choice. That's true. Given music, thank you. Oh, that's true, actually. I can't play this, can I? Fucking Dimka. Dimka. I'm not gonna Dimka me. Not today. This is too important, alright? Things are too special.
This is the escalation. Where we go from here, I have no idea. It could be that Trump supporters take the Capitol building, they shut down the Electoral College vote, and we enter a constitutional crisis. It could be that, okay, I got to slow down. The National Guard is being requested. They're in D.C. They may shut this down, but there is not enough law enforcement or National Guard to deal with the tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people who are there. We've seen photos and videos that appears to be mid to high 10,000s, maybe 50 to 90,000 or so. I'm not entirely sure. Some have reported over 100,000. Of those people, many of them will not fight. There's a lot of older men and women who are probably not going to be involved, and a lot of people who didn't come there expecting to get into a clash to take the Capitol. But if several thousand remain, and they're not going to back down, it's going to be very difficult to regain control. This could result in a violent clampdown of military authority or martial law, something to that effect, which result in a harder lockdown nationwide. Or it could result in Trump supporters somehow taking power and Donald Trump remaining president. I'm not confident in that. I believe that's slim to none. I still believe, after all of this, Biden will be president. I believe the most likely outcome to everything I'm telling you right now is that Biden will be emboldened to clamp down, lock down, and enforce martial law. From this, we may actually get legit insurrection act. You've got Jake Tapper saying, this is being incited by Trump and it's stochastic terrorism. You've got Democrats saying this is insurrection, it's rebellion. And you've got a Republican saying it's a coup attempt. Perfect grounds to invoke the Insurrection Act. The only issue, Donald Trump is currently the president. Let's not waste any time. I want to show you what's going on. As per usual, before we get started, head over to timcast.com/.
Of course, here's the grift.
The pipe bomb. According to an official who saw the device, it is not clear yet if these are.
He's so excited.
Y'all could have said, fuck that. You wouldn't let us take Antifa out while they were destroying our fucking city. We are going to go fuck with the
There's been hundreds of
No, I'm serious. Do you remember when the Black Lives Matter, this wave occurred and we started having the post-George Floyd 2020, the movement, and all of a sudden, once we started seeing that, the pushback from the police was atrocious. Like instead of listening in any way, shape, or form, they just became more violent and they started smashing skulls, attacking reporters, attacking medics, all that kind of shit. And I was like, you know what? All the police are doing are revolutionizing people in real time. This is just in rapid fire, And I feel like this whole event was very similar to a lot of people in terms of their first encounter with the cops, especially for white folk, who have never had a disagreement like this. But like, it doesn't make sense to me, sir. I'm so charmingly befuddled. What is going on? The police could exude violence. It's almost as if it's state violence. The state itself is committing acts of violence against me. I don't understand what's happening. This can't be happening.
At this hour, I'm still texting back and forth with a number of members, both of the House and the Senate, as they try to figure out what those plans.
Trudeau's official statement was, "This is insane." No way. This is insane. Canadians, Trudeau watching minute by minute. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has now commented on supporters of the U.S. President Donald Trump. Oh, no, of course not. There is an important electoral process unfolding in these United States, and I think we all want it and need it to unfold properly and peacefully. So I will say nothing while saying absolutely nothing at all. We're going to keep watching carefully. I think we all want it to unfold properly. Unfold, motherfucker, they're storming Capitol Hill. What are you talking about? Trump said, we will never give up. We will never concede. It will never happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. Looks like all the people are believing the lies I've been saying over and over and over. Please support the Capitol Police. Yeah, you're kind of creating a rift there. Looks like a lot of people are suddenly realizing state violence isn't really justified. Might be unjust hierarchies, Mr.
Former
Trump.
Officials on
President Trump. These are things and events that happen when a sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and viciously stripped away from the great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home with love and peace. Remember this day forever. Wow. Twitter, what are you doing at this point? I mean, I thought safety was Twitter's like guiding star. Isn't that what they always talk about? It's about safety, probably. Like above all, it's safety. We need safety, right? Let's allow the president to keep on. Well, you know what? He can keep tweeting the most like malicious shit, but we're gonna add little blue text at the bottom. Nice little blue text, and it'll say, "This is contested," when he's just blatantly lying about things that get people mad enough to buy guns and shoot people. So we'll just put a little blue text in
they tried to do is go room to room.
They found more bombs? No way. 2 suspected explosive devices were rendered safe by the FBI and law enforcement officers. The investigation is ongoing. We reported 1 device earlier. It's just astounding. Absolutely astounding. Again, can you imagine? Can you imagine what happens if any of this had happened by any other organization? If it wasn't Al-Qaeda, man, heads would roll.
I gotta ask you a question. How does it feel that both sides hate you guys now?
He laughs about it. It's a serious question.
We hate you and we're actually coming for you. We were the ones that had the Blue Lives Matter flags. We marched in support of you guys. And now that we have a tyrant who stole the election, you guys are abandoning us. You guys are preventing us from practicing our
It's the governor's mansion.
They're not going to help us. So they don't give a shit. What about all the people that are homeless because of this shit? We still love law enforcement. We love law and order, but we will not.
We still love law enforcement. We love law and order. We love your boots, all right? Just give us your boots. We'll give them a cleaning, but then afterwards, you got to get out of the way. And we want you just not to be in the way anymore because we want to play insurrection today, all right? Just let us insurrect. I want to insurrect a little bit, please. Please, can I?
Feel to be hated by everyone. Everyone hates you. Black Lives Matter hates you. Antifa hates you. And we hate you. And you earned it too. When policemen break the law, that law does not exist anymore.
Did not see that one coming. Did not see that one coming. Holy shit. He does sound like Toad.
Everyone hates you. I hate you. My mother hates you. My grandmother hates you too.
At this point in time, I believe the Patriots do need to watch out. Numbers have thinned a little bit, but not too much. But we do have to worry about law enforcement trying to come up here and take the last remaining stragglers out.
You took it all!
Outbreakers. Toad is back.
My grandmother says you took an oath. You took an oath. You oath breakers, you. My dog hates you. My dog doesn't hate anybody, but he hates you. Everyone hates you.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go first.
Jump in there.
Here.
They're letting people out.
No, they're not.
They're not?
Oh, maybe they are. Okay, they are.
Well,
I'm just worried that they're trying to.
A whole bunch of people in chat were like, Lance, don't call this a terrorist attack, or don't call this like, people trying to engage in terrorism. I was like, what do you think this whole thing would be labeled as? If, for example, there was hundreds of Muslims, hundreds of brown Muslims who approached Capitol Hill who were like, we reject the results of the US election, and we're now going to break windows, smash it, come inside. Some of us dressed in full camo gear, some of us with weapons, some of us with bombs, with fucking bombs, smashing shit, where someone ended up dying in the course of this. What would they label this whole thing as? Like, well, I like, it boggles my mind if people aren't going to be calling this that. Holy shit, of course it is. This is textbook.
What I heard among this room today was senators saying, well, we didn't really mean to participate in that. We just wanted to protest to show the Trump base that we were paying attention to them. We never intended to go that far as to actually try to send something to the floor.
Well, there it is. Whoa, wow. What? Excuse me? I mean, that's the definition of play stupid games. Like, holy shit. Oopsie doopsie. Who knew? Who knew? Telling people just over and over, repeating the message that the entire election had been stolen from them, that apparently democracy had failed, that there was all these cheatings, that Hugo Chavez had risen from the grave, and that he was affecting voting machines and polling booths. Who knew that would have an effect on the American electorate? Yeah, who knew the heavily armed American electorate, especially the organizations like the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys. Meanwhile, the FBI is telling you daily that the biggest domestic threat facing the United States is right-wing extreme terrorism. So it's just like boiling over. And then, oh, oops, wow, that happened? Oh, well, I mean, I didn't think when I said violent armed insurrection, they'd actually engage in violent armed insurrection. You can't blame me for that one. Like, come on, there's no connection between the two things. Very happy, by the way. all of the sock dems in Congress are safe. Well, everyone's safe, so that's that's nice. But Bernie Sanders was safe. AOC is safe. Ilhan Omar is safe. They're all safe. They're all ready to.
Could happen in a Republican state or a Democrat state.
So this one's a little dark, but the same people. I remember I was telling everybody that they were bringing Zap straps for hostages. It's Robert Evans reporting on that one. Apparently, there's other examples that they found in different social networks talking about patriots heading to DC, bring extra food, water, blanket supplies, and have a plan where to sleep. They picked certain targets of people that they wanted to kidnap. Patriots not going to DC, he echoed this info. They were planning to hold out for quite a long time, and possible insurrection. All the violent extremism that for so long, all these figures on the right, that basically we have been talking about ad nauseum. Like that's been the centerpiece of so much of what we do, both like me as the serfs and all you as lefties, and just everyone out there in the progressive movement, warning everyone that this was going to happen. This like over and over and over. Like, at a certain point, there was going to be a boiling point from all perspectives too. It's not just like it comes from one side. It's not just like only because of the way that media, pervasive media, and social media as well has been reinforcing all this kind of right wing to alt right ideology, stuff like that. It's not just that though, but also the conditions for things like this to start or spark. Like there's so many people I've spoken to who like have direct contacts in army, in the military in the United States, who have said things like, we are acutely aware that there is going to be huge acts of violence. Because not just because there's going to be civil unrest in the United States, but because the conditions are so ripe for it. The same thing you can see happen all around the world, like the sparks that lit off things that happened, like some of the revolutions recently in South America, for example. It's not as if like that was specifically always going to happen if, for say, the cost of fare suddenly went up or the cost of gas went up. Like that was going to spark violence, but it's just because they were brought to the brink. So when you're brought to the brink, there's going to be something like a catalyst that brings you to that point. Well, here in America, it's hyper focused. Like we can actually point directly to not only the incredible increase in poverty, unemployment, homelessness in the United States, people worried about losing their apartments now because everyone's going to be evicted, and on top of that, the election, everything filtered.
You is so lame for 5. I'm loving it, but I'm a bad person. LOL. Yeah, that's okay. Was there a ton of damage in DC today? Not what I saw. Were people throwing explosive devices at police officers? Not that I saw. Were people burning down?
They found 2 bombs. Two pipe bombs. Yeah, inside Capitol Hill. Inside Capitol Hill. The bombs were inside the building.
Okay. Was taken out on their government. Like literally the one person or entity that should have these reactions, right? Look at the way the mainstream media is reacting. Look at the way mainstream media is reacting to an event that from all angles looked entirely overwhelmingly peaceful.
Someone died. Someone's dead now. They died. They're gone. They're not there anymore because they're dead.
If you believe that everything that happened this summer was mostly peaceful, the same people that lauded and retweeted CNN, a fiery but mostly peaceful event in Kenosha, right?
It was actually 93% nonviolent. That's incredible for the amount of protests, the millions upon millions of people in different states, like across the entirety of the U.S. Oh, shit.
The world will again witness the resilience and strength of our democracy. For even in the wake of unprecedented violence and vandalism at this Capitol, the elected representatives of the people of the United States have assembled again on the very same day to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. So may God bless the lost, the injured, and the heroes forged on this day. May God bless all who serve here and those who protect this place. And may God bless the United States of America. Let's get back to work.
Iron and steel. Congress is back, please.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader.
I ask unanimous consent the Majority Leader and the Democratic Leader be allowed to speak, and that the time not count against 2 hours of debate in relation to the objection raised on the state of Arizona.
Mr. President, it is very, very difficult to put into words what has transpired today. I have never lived through or even imagined an experience like the one we have just witnessed in this Capitol. President Franklin Roosevelt set aside December 7th, 1941 as a day that will live in infamy.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, we can now add January 6th, 2021 to that very short list of dates in American history that will live forever
You can
in infamy.
hear the writer, the staff
This
writer,
temple
coming
to democracy
in the other room
was
right
desecrated. Its windows smashed, our offices vandalized. The world saw Americans' elected officials hurriedly ushered out because they were in harm's way.
It was incredible reporting with all of you, though. This was a wild day. That was almost a 6-hour stream of a sheer history in the making, and it was an honor sharing it with all of you. I'm sure this will continue tomorrow and be more of the exact same thing.
What lies around the corner? Never knowing who's going to kill you. Are you the next one to be murked? You never know if it's a friend or a foe. If you want to see the biggest names in BreadTube and Left Twitch and Butterthing and I don't know the fucking names anymore, come see Left Among Us.
If you want us to advertise your channel or work, please go to weareserfs.com and email us a 20 to 30 second ad, and we'll take it on to the end of one of our videos to help promote your leftist channel or progressive something. Whatever you do.
To our God, I'm Rast, Xander Corvus, and Schlatsky, we shall commit blood sacrifices in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, our lives are yours to command. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Trevor R., Stephen, Hans Josephine, Poppy Nelson, Ryan Lubin, Jimothy K. Meeblebeeps Jr., we bow meekly for your pleasure. To our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Bythe, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Jimmy Bignuts, Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, That's Solid Poon Then, Dr. Zayas, Yoppy, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Jack Darko, Thomas Barretton, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Alexander Thaler, Ali Rada Jaffer, Alex Gauvin, Radical Maniac, we salute you.